The Fire and Rescue Service is vital to public safety. It's there when you need it most. Now, we face climate change, a housing crisis, and an ageing population. That means greater risk from fires, floods, and extreme weather events. But after years of cuts and decades of fragmentation, the fire service is in crisis. As a patchwork of different services operating with different governance structures, it lacks agreed standards. Fire is devolved in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, and England has dozens of separate services. There is a postcode lottery on fire cover. If you called a fire engine now, it would take an average of 9 minutes and 13 seconds to arrive, 3 minutes slower than in 1995. There are no national standards on what training the firefighters attending have received, how they were recruited, or even what equipment they use. And in some areas, crewing levels have been eroded so much that there wouldn't be enough firefighters on the appliance to respond effectively. How did we get here? For 50 years, the Central Fire Brigades Advisory Council, CFBAC, agreed national standards. It gave frontline firefighters real influence with government. But in 2004, the government scrapped it and largely gave the job of steering the fire service to Chief Fire Officers and the National Fire Chiefs Council, NFCC. Unlike real representative bodies, the NFCC is a private company which gets millions from central government. It shuts frontline firefighters and their union out of decision-making, and its flawed decision-making has proved disastrous. The Waking Watch system it proposed after Grenfell has cost residents a fortune, but not made them safer. It has proposed sending firefighters past the safe point in high-rise fires without activated breathing apparatus, putting their health and lives at risk. And on its watch, the fire service has been cut to ribbons. 1 in 5 firefighter jobs has been lost. Now, with a new government, we have an opportunity to turn the tide. Before the election, Labour promised to re-establish national standards and to set up a new body to advise ministers on how the fire service is run. The FBU wants this body to be statutory, like the CFBAC was. It must be a representative committee that preserves the interests of workers and the public, acting on the best technical and professional advice. It needs to include the FBU at all levels and bring together employers, firefighters, the Home Office, fire chiefs and other key stakeholders so that we can shape a joined-up, resilient fire service that is fit for the future. As our climate changes and we face new dangers, the Labour government must deliver. Firefighters are the experts. It's time to give them a voice.